Asuka shouts.
And Uncle Howdy is back.
Hello, welcome to WrestleMX. I'm Michael.
I'm Sally.
Cathy Kelly collars LA Knight as he walks through backstage and tells him he has a mystery opponent in his quarterfinal match of the Last Time Is Now tournament due to Sheamus's injury. Knight is not happy, but is going to slap his opponent back to factory settings and pick up the win.
First up, the other quarter-final match of the Last Time Is Now tournament, with Jey Uso taking on Rusev. The Bulgarian Brute pummels Jey in the opening portion of the match with heavy hits, a slam and bear hug. Jey fights out, of course, drops his opponent with some yeet punches and then looks for a Samoan drop. But of course, he can't lift Rusev.
The fight goes to the outside for a moment before we come back in and watch Jey land a Samoan drop and cover for 1 and a bit. A spear gets another 1 count, with Jey then eating a matchka kick after coming off the top rope looking for a splash. He's then covered for 2.
Jey escapes an accolade by grabbing at the rope, with Rusev then mocking Cena and looking for the AA. Jey, though, escapes it, lands a spear, an Uso splash, and then covers Rusev for the 1, 2, 3.
We cut to backstage and see Nick Aldis drawing an opponent for Knight, with The Miz in full ring gear saying he'll take on Knight instead. Aldis wants to do it fairly, with R-Truth then rocking up, trying to give Aldis his balls. Aldis refuses, saying he's already in the draw, with Nick then taking the name out of the ball he's already drawn. And it's The Miz.
We see Cathy Kelly asking Damian Priest how he feels about Black and Vega making him break his code. Priest says he hasn't changed and it won't happen. Zelina Vega then appears, saying they wanted to show him how easy it was to get to him. As she heads off, we see Black in the background, with Rhea Ripley then showing up. Priest asks if she's ready for WarGames, with Rhea saying she is, and that when she's done hyping up Charlotte for an advantage match, she has an idea she wants to run past him.
I can see this going to a mixed tag. We have a Chelsea Green celebratory party next for her US title victory. But as she begins a countdown for some fireworks, Jade Cargill heads out. She drops Elba Fire and then hits Green with Jaded.
Backstage, we see Bliss telling Flair she has this, with the rest of the gang also saying the same thing. AJ Lee then appears, saying she knows they'll win tomorrow, as she'll make sure of it.
We then see Cathy Kelly asking Cargill why she attacked Chelsea Green, with Cargill replying that she has a problem with anyone that runs their mouth. B-Fab then walks past, with Cargill asking if she has anything to say. Fab says nothing, with Cargill then walking off. Meechin then talks to Fab, saying someone needs to check Cargill's attitude and that it might have to be her, which I think we alluded to. That it's now going to be Meechin that faces Cargill. She'll get absolutely destroyed.
She should.
But then she's got to say Cargill's got to start moving up the ladder.
Yeah, definitely.
Can't keep attacking them bottom feeders. Jobbers. Sorry girls, but you are jobbers.
Next up, The Miz versus LA Knight in the last quarter-final of the Last Time Is Now tournament. Knight takes down Miz with a collision more than anything else, before we head outside and see a knee from The Miz to Knight as he's hanging headfirst over the apron. Knight comes back with a spinning neckbreaker before we head out once again.
The Miz uses the barricades to his advantage, and when we come back from the break, we're back in the ring with Miz in control. We have a sleeper exchange before a back body drop from Knight, followed by punches, side Russian leg sweep and neckbreaker get him a 2 count cover, with another 2 coming after a superplex. Miz gets 2 off a DDT before Knight downs him with a scorpion death drop.
Knight then goes high, but upon landing, Miz gets LA into a skull-crushing finale, lands it and covers, but only for 2. Knight escapes an STF, with The Miz then rolling up Knight and using the ropes as leverage. The ref spots it and stops the count, with the pair then arguing. Miz looks for the skull-crushing finale again, but Knight reverses it, hits BFT and covers for the win.
So we've got Jey and LA Knight in one semi-final, which I'm sure them two had a bit of a feud
I
a
want
while
to
ago,
say they
so
did, yeah.
it's them two again.
Yeah.
Is there anybody else in this?
No.
Same old in it again. Just mix it up a bit more. Backstage, or rather in the locker room, Becky Lynch tells the other women in her team to leave it to her when the door closes, as she's got the pin 10 out of 10 times in all her WarGames matches, apparently. Jack says it's not about Becky, it's about Asuka, with Asuka shouting and then heading off for her match.
We see the two vignettes from last week of Sami Zayn and Solo Sikoa before Kathy Kelly asks Ilya Dragunov about Tama Tonga. As Dragunov is about to address the question, Tommaso Ciampa interrupts. Ciampa says the only person Dragunov should be concerned with is him, adding he'll take the US title off him. Dragunov says he'll think about it.
Next out, Asuka against Charlotte Flair in a WarGames advantage match. The pair fight on the apron with kicks and big boots just as we break. But when we come back, we're back in the ring with another big boot from Flair and a roll-through cover for 2 by Asuka after Flair landed a crossbody from the top rope. Flair gets 2 after Asuka ran into her boot, with the pair then slugging it out in the middle of the ring.
Flair then drops Asuka with her front walkover before landing a fall-away slam, moonsault and cover for 2. German suplexes are exchanged before a sliding knee gets Asuka a 2. A powerbomb from Flair gets her a 2 count, with the pair then fighting on the outside. Asuka tries to miss Flair, but Flair ducks it and sends Asuka back to the ring. After some reverse submissions, Flair lands natural selection and covers the Kabuki Warrior for the 1-2-3.
Last match of the night, a traditional Survivor Series 5-on-5 elimination tag match between Solo Sikoa and his MFTs and the Motor City Machine Guns, Rey Fenix, Shinsuke Nakamura and Sami Zayn. Sabin and Solo start us off, and to cut a long story short, and not to bore you with every move, every tag and every cover save, JC Mateo is out first with a jackknife cover from Sabin.
Second to go is Shinsuke after a cutthroat from Tama, who also covered him, with Tonga Loa going next after a Rana pin from Phoenix. Talla Tonga chokeslam Shelley on the apron before rolling him in the ring and sending him packing after a 3 count, with his tag partner Sabin also suffering at the hands of Talla and being eliminated after a clothesline.
Phoenix does some nice rope work and crossbodies both Talla and Solo from the top turnbuckle to the outside before getting back in the ring and suffering at the hands of Tama and his cutthroat finisher. With Phoenix now gone, this leaves Sami on his own, which doesn't bode well for the Canadian. Of course, Zayn is battered by the 3 that are left, but then musters a haluva kick from nowhere and falls on Tama for the 3. Absolutely ridiculous.
Talla works Sami over outside the ring, with Zayn managing to send the big man into the timekeeper's area and then get back into the ring just as the ref's count reaches 10. Talla is eliminated, leaving just the leaders. 2 spinning solos get Solo a 2 count cover before he lands a splash from the top rope and covers again for 2.
A sunset flip powerbomb then gets Sami 2, with the pair then exchanging blows in the middle of the ring. Sami lands an exploder suplex, but Solo catches him with a super kick when Sami runs at him for the haluva. A spike is then missed, with Sami then rolling Solo up for 2. The pair get up, but Solo then lands the final blow, a spike, and covers Sami for the 1-2-3. Solo celebrates in the ring, but the lights then shut down. They come back on with the Wyatt Sicks standing on the apron and Uncle Howdy appearing behind Solo. SmackDown goes off the air with Solo suffering a Sister Abigail. Oh, this was a hard watch. I just found it boring. I don't know. I think because there's nothing...
Yeah, I think some of it is, it's taped. So,
yeah, but
because it's added on to another show, sometimes it's the crowd aren't as invested, so then it seems pretty stale.
But we don't watch or we don't go online to find out what's happened. So
No.
to me, that was all fresh. It was new. I didn't know what was happening. I just found it boring.
They're not going to go do too much.
But still,
Just
yeah,
before
but you want
Survivor
people
Series,
to watch it, and it was just... I don't know. Anyway, that's why there was only 2 at the start instead of a 3 count.
Yeah.
It was like, there was
Nothing
nothing
else
to
happened.
say. Anyway, now for Michael's moment of the night. This was a stretch. This could be a match, a line, a look, a promo, something funny, interesting, serious, quirky and or different, just something that catches my eye. Obviously it has to wait till the end, because if I do it halfway through and it's something that happens at the end, it's kind of a spoiler. So Michael's moment of the night. Sometimes good, sometimes shite. So hang around and wait and see as to whether you disagree. And for me, it was the traditional Survivor Series 5-on-5 elimination tag match. It wasn't amazing, it had its moments, and it would have been better if the face team was laden with top guys, as they traditionally were.
Yeah.
But beggars can't be choosers, and we have to take what we can get or what we're given. And yeah, I mean, yes, Sami may have been in traditional, real proper faces.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have had Motor City.
No.
You wouldn't have had Shinsuke.
No.
And unfortunately, you wouldn't have had Rey Phoenix. You might have had Rey Mysterio.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't have had a Timu, would you? Sorry, Ray. But let's be honest, you're not tuning in for that. It was nice to see.
I was going to say, at least they did the traditional one instead of
just for the old boys,
just for you,
just for me. But Sami was absolutely destroyed in the corner. Talla Tonga twice squashed him in the corner. Solo got an assisted hip attack off Talla, whipping him in. Tama smashed him twice in the corner, and then he comes out and a haluva kicks Tama, then just lands on him. The powers of recovery of Sami is just a little bit too much sometimes. Just need to wind it in a little bit. But anyway.
If you'd like to agree or want to share your thoughts, then please feel free to leave them in the comment section down below. Don't forget to go and check out our Musings video with thoughts and opinions of the last week of WWE, because a new one drops every Wednesday, or our WarGames predictions for this Sunday.
Yes, go and watch the longer version of the predictions. As always, thank you very much for watching.
And we'll see you Sunday for Survivor Series.